Hi YouTube, it's Precious and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be combining two recipes. Actually, it's going to be shrimp tacos, and I'm going to actually be putting that shrimp taco recipe into an egg roll. It's a really delicious recipe, and I hope you guys will love it. Here are my ingredients for my shrimp taco egg rolls. I am going to be using this for the shrimp mixture. Then here I've sectioned off what I need for the slaw, and then I've also sectioned off what I'll need for the actual dipping sauce. This should be good, guys. Okay, I'm actually going to start cutting up the veggies for the slaw, because they actually kind of need to sit and soak in the lime juice and kind of wilt it some so that it's more pliable to put inside of the egg rolls, and then it also flavors it. So I'm gonna just get started cutting the cabbage, the onions, and I'm gonna juice the lemon and cut up the avocado as well. So for this recipe, you want the cabbage to be very thin as possible. You want actually the cabbage, the onions to be very thin when you cut them up. So I'm going to show you how that should be. You can actually keep it this length, but you just want it to be as thin as you can get it. Put this in the strainer because I want to wash it some more, get all the insides and different layers washed. I did rinse everything off and prepare this to be cut up already. I almost kind of don't want to use these thicker pieces because I find that they break through the egg roll wrap when you're wrapping it, when you got like these little thicker, harder parts, because even with the lime juice, they don't wilt that much or soften up that much. And get this put away so I can show you how I'm going to cut up the lemon. I'm sorry, cut up the onion. And again, you want this to be as thin as possible, and you want them to be the length and as lengthy as possible, as long as possible as well. To kind of match the cabbage. The onions are more easy to wilt with that lime juice though. So if you have a bigger, a little thicker slice, it won't matter. That's what it looks like. And of course, you know, onions are already in their layers, so cut that little part off. So here is what it kind of looks like. Okay, I'm going to cut up the avocado now. You also want that in thin slices as well, but what'll end up happening is it kind of melts into it and makes it a sauce or something, or just to coat the cabbage, the cilantro, and the onions with that lime juice. Really good though. There we go. Got me a little garbage bag over here. Kind of hard to get that off of there. actually want a spoon. Help me get that out of there so I can cut it up. Just going around the edges to loosen everything. And then a scoop underneath there. What's that? Wow. Let's do that to the other half. There we go. Scoops right out. Barely leaves anything in there. See a little brown part on here. I just want to cut off. Once you get this avocado cut up in a bowl, you want to add some lime sauce, lime juice. I know I said lemon earlier. I kept saying lemon earlier, but it's actually lime juice I'm using here, everyone. And you want to get a little lime juice on this avocado as soon as possible so that it doesn't turn brown. Let's see. Cut it in some thicker slices first, and then I'm going to cut those into thin little slices to match the onion and the cabbage. Okay, let's get that. See what that looks like? It's two of them, two pieces. Hurry up and cut this up so I can get some lime juice on it. Lime juice. Not lemon. Now I'm going to cut up that cilantro to go into the slaw. That lime slaw, and I'm actually going to cut the stems and everything with this. I put stems in it sometimes. They have just as much flavor in them as the leaves. I don't want them long though, so I'm probably cutting this cilantro in half, so I'll do the same cut the stems in probably the same length. So let's see, probably about this long. Let's kind of leaf in half. That should be good enough. I'm gonna juice the lime and get it all mixed together, and I'll show you how that looks in just a moment. I am actually juicing the lime right now. It's one half. I'm gonna get the other half juice. I'm going to add all of this whole thing of lime juice to there. It normally makes about, let me see, what is the, two tablespoons of lime juice when you juice one whole lime or lemon. What it looks like, and I actually didn't make a whole thing of it. I'll probably just make it up in putting some of this in there as well. The actual kind of comes in the squeeze bottle. This is what the slaw is starting to look like. I haven't actually mixed it up yet, but I did get the lime juice in there. I'm gonna mix that. There's the cilantro, the onions, and the cabbage, the lime juice. And there's one other ingredient that I forgot to mention. You just add a little salt to taste into this as well, guys. So I'm gonna get that added get this in the fridge to just sit and let the juices, the lime juice, soak in for about an hour. You can let it soak for more than that. I've let it soak overnight. I've actually let it soak for longer than that, and it probably can last up to a week, but I normally end up just making like a or fried rice with it and use this as part of the veggies, and that lime has sat in there and it's just a great flavor inside of that fried rice. I'll have to show you guys my fried rice with this one day as well. Now I'm going to prepare everything for the garlic lime cilantro sauce, dipping sauce for the shrimp egg rolls that I'm making. I have juiced the lime. The recipe calls for 2 juiced limes, but I'm juicing one, and then I'm also going to make up the other with this juice. And I always kind of mix it sometimes to make it easier for myself, but I always like the freshness of the lime juice because of the pulp. I am going to prepare and cut up the cilantro. That calls for a half a cup of cilantro. Then the green onions, I'm gonna get those cut up. That calls for a half a cup. It calls for 1/4 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of water, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then a half a cup of sour cream or Greek yogurt. But I'll probably mix the Greek yogurt and the sour cream to make mine. That's how I do it. I'm not a yogurt person, so I want the taste of that sour cream to kind of calm that yogurt tang or yang down. Okay, and get started cutting up everything. Start with the green onions. I'm gonna cut those kind of thin as well, but I'm gonna leave them whole like this to put in that sauce. It's good when you dip in that egg roll in there and you get a chunk of that green onion. I'm sorry, I think I forgot to mention in the ingredients before that you put 2 cloves of garlic in this recipe. Mince it. I already bought a thing of minced garlic, so I'm not gonna be mincing it myself. I'm gonna actually use the minced garlic in there. And when I do it that way, because I might add a little extra, but I use about 2 tablespoons of that in there. I mix the sour cream and yogurt, the lime juice, salt, garlic, cilantro leaves and stems, green onions, water, and oil together to make up the garlic lime cilantro sauce. And I'm just gonna use a whisk to whisk it together, guys. This sauce is like a thin sauce. Got so much veggies in it. It's so delicious. So now I'm going to finish mixing this, get it in the fridge and let it sit, and then I will get the shrimp cooked in the seasoning. It's like a taco spice mix. I'll get that all mixed together and the shrimp cooked. I'll show you that in a moment. I am going to put all the spices together for my shrimp taco spice mix, and then I'm going to get the shrimp cooked up. So the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of cumin. It also say chili powder, but I'm not going to put the chili powder in there because I'm also using cayenne pepper. So 2 hot things, I don't want it too hot. So I'm going to not put in the chili powder. So it asks for 2 teaspoons of cumin, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of the cayenne pepper, and then 1 teaspoon of the salt. And I'm gonna get that all mixed together and I'll show you that in a second. Right now I have the shrimp just cooking in a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of vegetable oil and a tablespoon of water. I'm gonna add this the spice mixture in there that I just mixed together and let it create and cook in this sauce until all the liquid is gone, guys. Get that mixed all together. Whew. I smell it already, y'all. Smells so delicious. I have made a lot of different egg rolls, and out of all the different ones, this shrimp taco one is one of my favorite. I also make a one that's a buffalo egg roll, like buffalo chicken egg roll. Oh, it is so delicious. But I make a bunch of them, but this one right here is one of my favorites. So those two are my favorites, along with the corned beef one as well. I'm just gonna let all this liquid cook out of here, guys. And then I'm going to take and cut the shrimp up in smaller pieces. They're gonna actually cook down real small. Shrimps do cook down really small, so this won't end up looking like it's this much when I'm done here. This is what the shrimp look like all cooked. I ended up having to strain it because that liquid didn't cook off. Some of it did, but it almost made it even more liquid, and I forget that shrimp do that sometimes. But this is what it looks like. I've gotten it strained. I'm going to get it cut up once it's all cooled down. I did taste a couple of them, and that cayenne pepper got it pretty spicy. It's delicious though, guys. It really is good, even with that kick of cayenne in it. So let these cool down, then I get them cut up, and then we can get us some shrimp taco egg rolls assembled. Okay, I got everything prepared. I cooled and cut up the shrimp. I have my slaw, and then I forgot that I have my cheese as well. I'm just gonna be putting some mozzarella cheese in there. You can use whatever cheese you want. The recipe actually calls for queso cheese, but I like the flavor of mozzarella better, so I'm gonna switch up to that. So I have my egg roll wrapped, laid out like a diamond shape, and I first take some of the shrimp and just kind of put it in a line, going the long way of the egg roll wrap. Then I'm going to take some of the slaw and put it on top of there. And I can put this big chunk in here. It ain't broken down enough or cut up enough for me, so I'm not going to put that in there because I know it'll tear the actual egg roll, and when you fry them it'll bust open or you'll get oil inside of there. Not that it's nasty or anything, but I don't want that in there. Let me grab some paper towel real quick. Actually need some paper towel anyway, because I gotta keep wiping my hands off when I'm dipping it in the water to close up the egg roll. And so then I just take, I don't wrap it like a regular egg roll either. I'm sorry, I'm not at that step. I forgot my cheese again. So I'll just add a little cheese on there, not a whole lot. You can add as much as you want. And bring this a little closer so you can see what it's looking like, guys. There we go. Good look. Alright. And now I'm going to close it up. I'll show you how I do that. Let's see if I can remember, because I haven't made egg rolls for about a month or two. Actually, I don't wet it the whole way. I think I just do the corners, and then I bring it in, and that water is just like glue, and I fold that part up, push all the ingredients to the side, and just bring it over, and it looks more like an envelope, honestly, than an actual roll, the egg roll kind. I don't do mine like that. I know how, but I like the look of this, and I feel like you can put more stuffing in it when you make it like this. And I'm just adding a little water to these little edges here to close it up better. And this is what it looks like, guys. Like I said, like a little envelope. I'm going to sit this on a plate with some flour on it so that it doesn't stick or to the plate. And roll another one up so you guys can see it. So some of the shrimp, the long way of the egg roll wrap, and get me some of the slaw. See, this is why I kind of need this paper towel to keep wiping my hands. And then the cheese is going to go on top again. I'm just going to make up a couple of these and get it wrapped up, because the good thing about this is when you make up a mixture, not that I have a lot of shrimp, when you make up a mixture, you have, you can always make them fresh. I like to make mine fresh right before I'm going to eat them, so. So again, I bring the sides in, stick one on top of the other and glue it. I bring that bottom up and make sure I do water all these sides around here to stick good. Get those corners, bring them down. Then I push all the ingredients like this and just fold it around, guys. Just wetting the edges here again to put those little sides like that, the parts of the envelope down. Doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of want to make sure it's sealed enough that the grease doesn't get in there. Again, this is what it looks like. Ooh, I'm gonna fry those up, and then we can see what they taste like, guys. Okay. This is what the egg roll looks like frying up. I just turn them really quick. I don't always wait for them to brown on this side, because I don't turn them again and let them brown on that side, but I want the other side to get cooking as well. So I'll let those finish cooking, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. This is what it looks like. The egg rolls look like when they're all cooked. I got me some dipping sauce, and I did make up some cilantro lime rice for a side. Let's see what it tastes like. I like cilantro rice. Lime cilantro rice, baby. I think these egg rolls still too hot. I'm gonna get a knife and cut it open so you can see. It's hot still. Okay, this is what it looks like on the inside, guys, and it is still too hot for me to eat, but I'm so hungry I can't wait. So I'm gonna blow in it and cool it a little bit. Some shrimp dropped out of there. Actually, I'm just gonna pour a little of the sauce in there. Take me a bite. I haven't had this kind for a while, and it's delicious. I can taste the lime and that slaw in there. I can taste some chunks of garlic and onions that's in this sauce. I should have made more shrimp. So I could have had some for dinner, and leftovers tomorrow too. Mm. 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 That's the cheese. This is the shrimp egg rolls, taco shrimp egg rolls with some lime rice on the side and a lime, green onion, garlic, yogurt, and sour cream. Duh. Sour cream sauce on the side, guys. This is a great combination. Everything right here tastes so good. I'm going to finish enjoying this. I just want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like my video. Thank you again. This is Precious. Bye-bye.